what Ravi Srivastava is saying is true, why call for arrest of Paresh Rawal for what, Nikhil? Why should Paresh Rawal be arrested?
First of all, let me debunk the lies on your shows, and that shows how the makers of the film are looking at history and how it's an absolute joke to them. Agra was under direct Mughal rule way before the Taj Mahal was built.
Is that why Paresh Rawal should be arrested? Answer my question. Why is the Congress saying Paresh Rawal should be arrested? No, 1 minute. I can have only one historian on one show. आभास जी ने वो टिक मार्क कर दिया. अब आप रहने दीजिए. Maybe, you know, a year later, you can have something to fit that role. But answer my question, Nikhil, please. Why should Paresh Rawal be arrested for what?
I'll tell you why. First of all, you need to hear the facts on this. It was the practice in the medieval times to commission large projects during times of famine, so that people can be given money. Even the Hathi Singh temple in Ahmedabad is an example of that, when the Hathi Singh family commissioned the same. If you would have toured around the country or read an iota of history, you would have understood that.
That's okay. I'll tell you why. Go beyond cut and commission, please. I know it's difficult, but move beyond cut and commission. Answer my question.
I'll tell you, Paresh Rawal, why he should be arrested. The fact, or rather the claim that, these right-wing circles have been going around with, that Taj Mahal is actually a Hindu temple or some Hindu king's land was seized for it and this and that. That has been debunked by multiple historic records,
he should be arrested.
Archaeological records. No, I'll tell you why he should be arrested. Because when you put out a Muslim structure and raise it, and underneath that Muslim structure, a Hindu god is coming out, very clearly you are doing the kind of dog whistling and communal information.
Bhai, KK Mohammed ne kya bola tha about a Muslim structure and what was found underneath it? KK Mohammed, you took his job. 1 minute. KK Mohammed, Google KK Mohammed, what he said about a Muslim structure and what was found underneath it. You will have your answer. Syed Asad Abbas. Mr. Abbas, why should Paresh Rawal be arrested? Okay. Dr. Ranganathan.
No, I am absolutely amazed. It's no longer I am amused by the utterances of my good friend Nikhil Jain, but I am beyond anger, because this is not what the future of India is in his hands. Hamara to kaam ho gaya. And his thinking, he wants to arrest someone who's just appeared in a poster, silent, who's just said something. By that logic, when he says he should be arrested because a Hindu structure is coming out of a Muslim structure. So by that logic, when a Muslim structure comes out of a Hindu structure and millions see it, the Gyan Vyapi, nothing should happen. By his logic, everyone who supports the Gyan Vyapi and removal of the mosque from there should be arrested. ये कौन सा logic है भाई? And I want to ask him plain. These are the pretenders that they stand up for free speech. What Paresh Rawal has said is nothing compared to what Salman Rushdie did in his satanic verses. I don't know whether Nikhil or anybody else, you've read satanic verses. What he said about the Prophet, peace be upon him, and Mecca and what they were, and Prophet, peace be upon him, his wives and his daughters or whatever. Do you support the arrest of Salman Rushdie? Say yes or no.
There's a difference between an academic exercise and a propaganda movie.
Oh, academic exercise.
An academic exercise can criticize Hindu gods, Muslim gods, Hindu practices.
Academic. Satanic verses was academic.
No, the point is, when you're trying to make an argument through a book, it's quite very different, Dr. Ranganathan, from what you're trying to do with a propaganda movie. Right? These people are saying that we have only talked about history, and somebody who's associated with the makers of the film very clearly proved right
Dr.
now on this debate.
I think, you know, इनको थोड़ा academics में कमजोरी हुई होगी, मुझे पता नहीं, because if Nikhil had known, ये academic exercise को ban कर दिया था कांग्रेस पार्टी ने. तो ये अब मैं इस पे क्या बोलूं? But Syed Asad Abbas can finally hear us. Yes, sir. बोलिए.
Okay. Firstly, I did not know the two gentlemen sitting on top of me. One is my friend and one is new to me. Can I answer that? Is it my turn, Pranesh?
Yes.
Okay. I'm on a very difficult line. Okay. Anyway, So the two gentlemen right on top of me, one is my best friend, Anand Ranganathan. The other gentleman is new to me, but I can tell you for a fact, and on a lighter note, I'd like to charge them with an FIR for being the best candidates from the WhatsApp University and give them a ranking medal award. Because my friend Anand Ranganathan dares to be ignoramus on the show. He knows, he's a well-read man, he knows in 2018, Archaeological Survey of India filed an affidavit affirming that the Taj Mahal is a tomb of Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan and his wife Mumtaz Mahal. Not just that, William Dalrymple, my dear friend Anand knows it. William Dalrymple called all these buggers who are calling it Tejo Mahalya, that it is foolish, malicious, and that so-called P.N. Oak who started this theory. And he
now, Mr.
retracted
Abbas,
his
if you,
claim after
one
all
minute,
the facts were
one minute,
presented.
if you, I don't know whether you've seen the response by the makers or by Paresh Rawal himself. I read it out. He's saying he's clarified. He should not have, the makers should not have, surrendered to this mob frenzy. But nonetheless, now that they have, so that doesn't hold. But why call for arrest? Ban of a movie based on a poster, Dr. Ranganathan, last 30 seconds.
See, this is how you expose the hypocrisy. I asked a very simple question and Nikhil turned it to academic versus non-academic. It is his judgment whether something is propaganda or not. Satanic versus is academic because he says it will be wrong to ban it. But this film is propaganda. It abhi release bhi nahi hui hai. Number two, it is a fact. Now I do not have any opinion of whether it was a mandir or not. I personally feel it wasn't. But the fact is, if somebody says so, can you arrest that person? And it is also a fact, my good friend Abbas, that 27 rooms in the Taj Mahal have permanently been locked and have never been opened. Are you for opening them in the spirit of fairness and finding out inquiry and curiosity?
No, that the Waqf board will decide. Okay, we've run out of time, viewers. Let's see, what happens to this threat of the ecosystem against the makers of the Taj Story. We've run out of time. The news are on the other side.